Hello everyone. Today's topic is scheduling of operations. This is Parthasarathi and today's topic is scheduling of operations. As we know, we have to arrange the operations in a sequence of order. That is, we have to schedule the operations of the business. It may be a production activity, or it may be any type of activity. It may be in hospital, it may be in airlines, it may be a hotel, it may be a restaurant, it may be a school, it may be a college. Whatever it may be, the activities has to be scheduled accordingly so that we can do our job in time without any delay, without any wastage. We can do our job perfectly. That is, for every success of the business, we need to schedule our operations in an effectively. So let us see what is meant by this operation schedule and what are the various aspects related. That is, we in this session will discuss about what are the objectives of operations management, what are the functions of operations management, and what is the different types of operations management. Let us see. Okay, right, let us see here. Operation schedule is a critical to success of every organization. That is, for every organization success, the operation schedule is important, because if you don't schedule the operations, we don't know which activity has to do first and which activity has to do next. Okay, that's why we will schedule, we will plan, we will do accordingly the operations. Okay, that is, scheduling operations is critical to success of your organization. However, it can be very complicated task. See, scheduling of operations is not a simple task, it is not a one time task. It is very complicated because we have to arrange all the activities needed. We have to uh, we have to plan for the continuous process of the events. Okay, so effective schedules are needed to meet the promised customer delivery dates or inventory targets. See, why we have to do all this scheduling is in order to do the work smoothly and to meet the customer's requirement in a given time. We need this operations schedule. Okay, let us see what are the areas that were covered under this one. First one is assign job to a particular work or a work center or a machine. That is, let us see what is the process of it. Okay, first one, assign a particular job to a work center or a machine. See, in a business there are different types of work center, different types of machines. First, what we have to do, we have to assign a particular work to a particular machine or a particular department or a particular work center. Okay, and then time of assignment of job and completion. That is, you have to give the time of starting time and the ending time of a particular job completion. Okay, and then allocate of resources. That is, first one, what we have done, we have given a particular work to a particular machine and we have given a time period to a particular job, and then allocate of resources like manpower, water, materials, machineries and all to a particular workstation, and time sequence of operation. That is, it is important that time sequence of operations has to be maintained. That is, the first which task has to be completed, second which task has to be completed, third which task has to be completed. Okay, that is, we have to give the sequence of operations, and then after completion of the final operations, we have to go for feedback of operations and control function to take care of any deviations. That is, during the process of operations, we have to control the operations, control each and every activity so that the wastage is minimized, and if there is any deviations from our standards, it is also can be minimized. So what is this operation schedules is nothing but, operation scheduling is nothing but it is a process of arranging all the activities in a sequence so that it can reach its goal. Okay, here we have the process. Here the process include assign a particular job to a particular machine or a to work particular department or a particular workplace, and then give the time for it, that is starting time and the ending time, and allocate the resources which are required for the particular job like materials, machineries, work, equipments and all. And then we have to time sequence, that is which work has to be done first, which work has to be done and second, like this. Okay, and then we have to go for control of each and activities so that we can minimize the work, minimize the time, minimize the cost, and as well as we can take care of any deviations that will happen. Okay, right. Let us see, we'll go for a small example. For example, you want to prepare a food item, or you want to prepare a what is say soap, or anything, any activity. Just consider whatever activity you like. So, for the completion of this activity, you have some sequence of order, is it not? First we have to do this, second we have to do this, third we have to do this, is it not? That scheduling we call it as operation schedule. Okay. For example, if you want to prepare a soap, okay, so for this preparation of soap, you are directly not going for packing. What do? You first will mix all the materials, and we find out the quality and send to the machine, make it dry, and then we'll pack it, and then we label it, and then we sell it. That is a sequence, is it not? In the same way, for every process we have a sequence. Okay, this is not only for manufacturing, it is for all the activities. Like if, for example, in a daily activity, you want to come to the college, right? You'll plan a sequence, you schedule your operation, you schedule your day, is it not? You plan your day, you schedule your day. First I have to wake up, and then I have to go for a brush and all, and then we have to get ready for the college, and then come to attend to the college, complete my assignments, and then go to the library. That is, we have made a sequence, and go to the home, and then study, and then meet with friends, and then we have to sleep. There is a sequence of activities that we call as operation schedule. Okay, right. Then coming to the next one, what is the main principle of scheduling is to plan the sequence of works that production can be systematically arranged. That is, a production activity, an operations activity is located at different places in different departments, but this activity has to be done systematically without any delay. Okay, but systematically arranged toward the end of completion of all products by due date. That is, this operation schedule is done to complete the activities in the given time. Okay, right. Next coming to performance measures. How do we measure our performance? See, let us see here. From the manager's perspective, identifying the performance measure is to be used in selecting a schedule is important. That is, if you want to know a manager's performance, this manager's performance is known through his his planning, his scheduling of operations. Okay, right. If the overall goals of an organization are to be achieved, the schedule should reflect managerially acceptable performance measures. That is, if you are planning, if you are organizing, if you are scheduling a particular aspect which will reflect your organization goal, that schedule must be acceptable a performance measure. Okay, right. Let us see the following list of describes the most common performance measures used in operation schedule. The first one is job flow time. Job flow time. I think you understand the simple term. The amount of shop time for a particular job is called job flow time. That is, the amount of time that is required to complete a particular task, a particular activity, we call it as job flow time. See, it is clearly mentioned here. It is a sum of moving time between operations, waiting time for machines or work orders, process time including startups, and delays resulting from mission breakdowns, components unavailability, and like that. See, job flow time is nothing but, it is not a but one time. That is not, we are not considering only one time period. We are considering all the time periods like we are considering all the time periods like moving from the missionaries, from the work orders, what is the process time, right, and what is the delay of it if there is mission was breakdown. See, for example, you say, I'll tell you simple example. If the time period for completion of the first step is 10 minutes, second step is 30 minutes, and for third step it is again 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes, first step is 10 minutes, second step is 30 minutes, and the third step is 10 minutes. So we have 50 minutes of time. Okay, and in the fourth step there is a mission breakdown and it was delayed for 2 hours. Okay, that time also has to be add up. Okay, and there is a unavailability of a particular compound or a particular material, particular equipment or particular employee, the work is delayed. We have to add all these things, and we will finally add up all the times, that is mission timing, flow time, process time, mission breakdown time, unavailability of time, and all this time, and finally we will calculate the job flow time. Job flow time is nothing but it is sum of all the activities which include from the starting point to the ending point, which include delays also. We call it as job flow time. It is a performance measure of a particular manager. See, if the job flow time is less and we completed a particular job in a given time period, then it shows the effectiveness of a particular manager. That is, he has scheduled in an effective way so that the job flow time is less and he is efficient. Okay, at next, make span. See, span is nothing but time period. See here, the total amount of time required to complete a group of jobs, not a single job. See here, make span is the time required to complete a group of jobs. We call it as make span. Okay, right, let us see the next one. See, the make span has to be less. Okay, the next one, past due. Past due is nothing but the measured past due can be expressed as the amount of time. These are all comes on time period. Job shop, make span, past due, work in process inventory, all these performance measures are time based only. Okay, see, the measure past due can be expressed as the amount of time by which job missed its due date, also referred as tardiness, or we can say the percentage of total jobs processed over some period of time that missed their due date. That is, we are scheduling an activity and the activities are going on, but these activities, some activities cannot reach in time. There is a delay, right? See, it has given clearly it is the amount of time by which job missed its due date. That is, a particular job. I told you that for example, I told you that you submit your assignment by next couple of days. Okay, but you didn't submit it. That time, that the due date is the next 2 days is the due date. That is end date, last date. But you didn't submitted it. Okay, that time which you are not able to submit and you have submit after 4 days, that we call it as past due. Okay, next, work in process inventory. Any job in waiting line moving from one operation to the next, being delayed for some reason, being processed or residing in component or sub-assembly inventories is considered to be work in process inventory. As we know, work in process, that is, the inventory is not a raw material and the inventory is not a finished goods. It is a work in process. It is in the waiting line. Okay, that time period we call it as work in process inventory. That is, any job in a waiting line moving from one operation to the next, being delayed for some reason. See, I'll tell you simple. If you are manufacturing a tablet, consider tablet operations. You have mixed all the material, all the chemicals, all the components, and then you send it to a machine to make the powder into a solid form of a tablet. Okay, and during that period on the machine it was delay because of some worker, because of the supervisor, or because of the machine, or what is x reason, for x reason that it was a delay. That delay is, we call it as work in process inventory. Okay, right, next one, we go for the next one, that is total inventory. What is total inventory here? The sum of scheduled receipts and one hand inventories is called as total inventory. That is, what is the sum of scheduled receipts and on one on hand inventories we call it as total inventory. Okay, next one is utilization. The percentage of work time productively spent and issued on by a machine or a worker is called as utilization. See, it is very simple. The percentage of work time productively spent by a machine or worker is called as utilization. See, you spent 8, for example, you spent 8 hours in 8 hours in college. Out of the 8 hours, how much of time you have utilized effectively, we call it as utilization. Out of this 8 hours of time, you may wasted some time. Okay, that is not considered. Okay, in the same way, we say that what is the utilization is nothing but what is the percentage of time period that we have effectively utilized a particular machine or a particular worker, we call it as utilization. Okay, right, next one is, these are the these performance measures like past inventory. See, we have various performance measures like job flow. First one is job flow time. The next one is total. The next one is make span, past due, work in process, inventory, and the next one is total inventory, utilization. These are all interrelated. See, an understanding of interactions of, that is, they are interrelated. These are interrelated, and their understanding of job flow time, make span time, past due, work in process inventory, total inventory, utilization can make schedule easier. If you want to make your schedule very easier, if you want to make your schedule a very successful schedule, what you have to do, we have to understand all these performance measures, and we have to interrelate all the performance measures so that you can reach in effective way and in a easier and in a given due date of time. Okay, right, next coming to what are the objectives of scheduling, that is why we have to go for scheduling. See, the first one is make efficient use of labor. Make efficient use of labor or worker. As we are paying money to the worker, we have to use him effectively. A worker or a labor will spend 8 hours in a business, in a company, or on work. We can say simply work. An employee or labor will spend 8 hours of time on work. Out of this 8 hours of time, how effectively we are utilizing his time, we call it as efficient use of labor. Okay, next coming to making the best possible use of equipment that are available for the use. See, in an organization we have various equipments, various machineries. This scheduling will help us to understand how effectively we are able to utilize the resources, equipment that are available in the organization. Okay, let us see, for example, in our college, or in a school, we have different books, different books, digital library, playground, and knowledge parks and all. See how effectively you are utilizing it. Right? There are so many books for operation management, finance management, so and so. How effectively you are able to utilize it. Okay. In order to know how effectively you are able to utilize the resources available in the organization, we can know by operation schedule. Right. Next one is increasing the profit. This scheduling of operations is, see, it is used for increasing the profit, and as well as scheduling of operations will gives us the increase of output. That is one of the main objective of scheduling of operations is increasing the output and improving the service level. That is, we are able to meet the customers due date, and we are able to provide the services according to the expectations of the customer. That is, we can improve. And then maximizing the delivery performance, that is meeting the delivery dates, and minimizing the usage of inventory can also be done by scheduling of operations, and that is minimizing of inventory. And then reducing of manufacturing time, that is work in process time, and production cycle time can be reduced. And we can also minimize the production cost, that is cost of production can be reduced, so that the company will get good amount of profits. And then minimizing the workers cost, that is the employment cost, that is number of workers using, and their cost, their related cost can also be reduced. That is one of the main the objectives of scheduling is to effectively use the labor, machineries available, increasing the profit, increasing the output, improving the service level, maximizing the delivery, and minimizing the inventory, reducing the manufacturing cost, minimizing the production cost, minimizing the workers cost. These are all the objectives. Next, coming to the types of operations schedules. Types of operation schedule. Let us see what are the two different types of operations. See, there are different types of operation schedule, but basically we consider the two different ones, that is forward operation scheduling and backward operating scheduling. Okay, see, this forward operation scheduling is based on the time period, that is all the activities are, see, forward, I'll tell you simple way. Forward operation scheduling is nothing but the activities are scheduled from the first step and to the due date. Okay, that is all the activities are scheduled from the date of planned order release. Okay, first task of job is scheduled, and then its subsequent activity has to be scheduled, and then its subsequent activity, and then finally we have to achieve the task. Okay, see, I'll tell you a simple example. See, for example, if you want to manufacture a particular product, or you want to conduct an event, or you want to conduct an activity, what you will do? You will plan the activities, first activity, and then after that which activity has to be done, second activity, third activity, fourth activity, and these are all interrelated. That is forward, from first onwards to the last. Okay, and then backward operation scheduling is nothing but it is reverse of it. It is also based on the classification. This classification is also based on the time period, but it is reverse of it. That is, activities are scheduled from the date of planned receipt date, that is from the ending date to the last day. From the first point we will plan, that is last activity is scheduled first. See here, this is the, if you understand this point, then you can understand both the things. In case of forward planning, first task is scheduled first. In case of forward planning, first task is scheduled first. Okay, whereas in case of backward activity, last activity is scheduled first. Okay, right. Next coming to the, see here, this diagrammatic representation, that is starting with the logical sequence until hit the given deadline, that is from first point to that of end point. That is for forward scheduling. And in case of backward scheduling, build the logical sequence of activities backwards by starting from the deadline. That is, in case of forward planning, it is from the first point to the deadline, that is from the first point to the due date. But in case of backward planning, it is from the deadline, that is due date, to first. Okay, next one, this apart from this forward planning and backward planning, we have some other methods like the first one is Johnson two machine algorithm. That is, here this method says that whenever there is two machines that has to be worked subsequently, we will follow Johnson's two machine algorithm. That is very effective when operation sequencing has two machines and processing time depends on the sequence in which jobs are loaded. Okay. Also used when a company involves backlog orders, helps in determination of optimal job sequence. Okay. The next one is index method. In case of index method, used for the purpose of loading and also for allocating different jobs at different machines. See, this Johnson model is used when we have two machines that are worked simultaneously in a sequence. We use this Johnson two machine algorithm. Whenever different machines are available, we use this index model to allocate jobs at different jobs for different machineries. Okay. Next one is scheduling issues. That is, here we'll discuss about some of the issues in different operations. First one, see, hospital. What are the issues that were faced while operation schedule? First one is hospital. The issues are hospital room usage. That is, there are, consider in a hospital there are five operation theaters, operation rooms. Okay, how they are to be utilized? Patient admission, nursing. That is, for example, if in a particular day, in a particular day, 10 patients are admitted for surgery, but there are only five or three, what do you say, operation rooms. And what about the staff? What about patient treatment? What about the doctors? How we will arrange all these things? These are some of the issues. Coming to college, classrooms, audiovisual equipments, students, instructor schedule, that is timetable. You can say simple timetable. Graduate and undergraduate students, right? How we will arrange all these things. And in case of manufacture also, production of goods, purchase of goods, workers. These are all some of the challenges or some of the issues faced in case of this scheduling. Next, coming to restaurants, here also we face the issues with chef, waiters, bartenders, right? Delivery of fresh food, opening of dining area, and in case of airlines also, maintenance of aircraft, departure of timetables, flight crews, catering, gate, ticket collecting. That is what I want to say is, in every operations, that is, it may be in a hospital, it may be a college, it may be an airlines, a restaurant, or it may be a manufacturing sector, or anything, we have some issues, right, based on its operations. These issues has to be planned and scheduled to reach our objective. Okay. Then coming to functions of operation schedule. We have various functions. The first one is here, allocation of resources. If we can schedule our operations very effectively, we can allocate our resources in a easy way. And shop floor control is nothing but the time taken to complete a particular task. We call it as shop floor control. One of the main function of this operation schedule is to control the shop floor. And then making maximum usage of plant at minimum possible cost. That is, plant here refers to all the equipments, machineries, land in a particular production activity or in any operation activity. That is, we are able to use maximum of all the available resources. Okay. Ensure that needs of manpower are optimum. That is, we can optimally use the manpower which is available for our operations. And then determination of sequence of jobs. That is, this operation sequence is used to determine the sequence of jobs, sequence of activities. Okay. And then this is about a brief one, that is coming to its conclusion. Scheduling is nothing but allocation of resources over a period of time to accomplish specific set of tasks. As we have discussed that Scheduling is nothing but allocation of resources over a period of time to a particular machine or to a particular department or to a particular workstation to see. Here, the impact of scheduling can be increased by focusing schedule to bottleneck resources so as to maximize the flow of total value added funds. It is very simple. It says that by scheduling, we can maximize the flow of the work. Okay, and if operations are scheduled, operation scheduling is carried out in efficient manner, then these occur then there occurs an a considerable improvement in production in delivery. That is, in this point says that if we can plan our activities efficiently, so that we can schedule sorry if we plan our activities efficiently, so that we can reach our target, we can reach our goal, we are able to complete the task in the given time. That is considerable improvement in the performance in delivery of the product. It helps in the achievement of goals that have been set by the company. Okay, this is a simple brief about our scheduling of operations. Let us go a brief about it, and then it deals about what is scheduling. What is going to be operation scheduling? That is, that is a sequence of activities are arranged in order, and then how it works. That is, and on which areas it is dependent. That is, assign a particular work, time assignment, allocation of resources, sequence of operations, feedback and control system, and what is the main principle of it, and then what are the performance measures. Here we can say that performance measures, right? And then there are different performance measures like job flow, and then make span, total inventory utilization, and then we also have past due, work in process inventory. These are the performance measures. And then what are the objectives of scheduling? That is effective utilization of labor, effective utilization of equipment and all, increasing the profitability, and then other objectives. We also has types of operation scheduling. That is forward scheduling, that is from first step to the of last due date. And then backward operation scheduling, that is from the, you see it is highlighted here, the last activity is done first, that is the last activity is scheduled first, and then it is a diagrammatic representation. And then the two other methods like Johnson's two mission algorithm method. That is whenever the operations activity is done in a sequence, if in sequence of two activities, then we follow Johnson two mission algorithm. And if there is two different machines and different jobs, then we follow index method. And there are some issues in operation scheduling in all the activities like hospital, college, manufacturing, restaurant, and airlines. And and we also discussed about functions of operation scheduling, and then conclusion. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can contact me through mail or through mobile. Okay, thank you.